Yes, I think we're ready. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. All systems go. We're ready for launch. Hello to everyone connected to this webinar, and welcome to Max Score Credit's Credit Repair and Restoration webinar. My name is Tim Craig, and I am the owner and CEO of Max Score Credit. Thank you all so much for attending. So, get your pens and paper ready, open the notepad on your smartphone or tablet, or cue up your recording device because we are ready to begin. Welcome everyone connected to this webinar and to our presentation of our credit repair program. If you are here, then you are in all likelihood interested in improving your credit, and you are in search of a program that can help you accomplish this goal as quickly as possible. Well, let me tell you first of all that you've come to the right place. This webinar is going to be highly informative and not only provide information about how you can benefit from being a part of our program, but also give you some valuable information on topics like credit report and credit scoring. Now, I'm going to show you how and why our program is so successful at rapidly and dramatically increasing our clients' credit scores. I'm also going to show you before and after credit reports, which you will be able to see clearly how our program is able to produce increases in that FICO score of 50, 100, 150 points and more or more in a matter of a few months. I'm also going to show you letters that our clients have received back from the credit bureau showing all different kinds of things deleted from their credit reports. I mean things like late payments, collections, charge-offs, judgments, tax liens, even bankruptcies, repos, and foreclosures. Basically anything negative that can be on a credit report, we have experience with getting it removed. We're also going to review the FICO scoring model and illustrate how our program is able to impact all 5 categories of the FICO scoring model, and why we are one of only a few companies that have a program that even endeavors to do this. That will be very interesting. And we're also going to demonstrate what we call our client web portal. This client web portal is an online resource where you can log in 24/7 with your own username and password and get real-time results of what is going on with your program. And you can do this using your smartphone, your tablet, your laptop, your PC, or your Macintosh computer if you have one of those. And finally, I'm going to tell you how you can get started today without paying anything and potentially get your entire program absolutely free. So get ready, because that's a lot of information that we're going to be going over today. So our goal for all of our clients is to help them to achieve a 700 FICO score or greater. Well, why 700? Because 700 is achievable by almost anyone, no matter where you're starting at when you come into our program. 700 credit score is going to allow you to have a lot of different advantages. I mean things like purchasing a home through an FHA or conventional loan. Getting a car with a great interest rate. 0% financing on a car is a good interest rate for anybody, and it's achievable. Moving into an apartment without having to pay double or triple security deposits. Why have to pay double or triple than what everyone else is paying because you have a low credit score? Getting a job. Employers are now pulling your credit as a way of evaluating your character when applying for a job. And being able to choose where you want to get credit or a credit card without being forced to choose from a list of undesirable options, or, like many people do, forced to do without. The bottom line is that credit can be an excellent financial tool to defer the cost of expensive items, but only when the cost of the credit is low. So how do we achieve a 700 credit score? Well, the first thing that we do is get the negative items off your credit report. We facilitate the removal of negative items from your credit report. And what kind of things are we talking about? We're talking about late payments, collections, charge-off, judgments, tax liens, repos, foreclosures, even bankruptcies. Basically anything that can be on a credit report, we have experience with getting it off, and that is called our credit repair program. Our credit restoration program is helping our clients to strategically add positive credit to their profile. I mean adding things like credit cards, installment accounts, authorized user accounts. We even have a new program where your rent, if you are renting, can be added to your credit report and can help your credit score. And through our management program, our credit management portion of our credit restoration program, we coach and encourage our clients to pay their existing accounts on time, to keep their credit card balances low, and to limit inquiries by limiting or eliminating applying for things you're not going to get approved for. So in the final analysis, our program to get you to a 700 credit score or greater involves getting the negative items off, which is our credit repair program, and helping you to strategically add positive credit, which is our credit restoration program. I want to start our journey to good credit by going over the FICO scoring model. This is basically the way our credit scores are made up. Our credit scores range from 350 to 850, and those three-digit scores are a result of a mathematical calculation called FICO. Understanding how this calculation works, the components contained therein, is vitally important to increasing and maintaining a high credit score. Our entire program is based upon creating strategies that impact every single category of this FICO scoring model. So let's very quickly go over what they are. The very first category in the FICO scoring model is payment history. This payment history category is concerned with payments. There's a negative and a positive component, or there's a negative and positive influence. The negative influence on this category to our credit score is any derogatory items that are on our credit report. Any type of negative information is contained in this category. This has a negative influence on our credit score. The positive influence in this category is any open accounts that you are making on-time payments on. So the good news is that if you have a lot of negative items on your credit report, then it's only 1/3 of your credit score. It's not the whole thing. The bad news is that if you do have a lot of items, it is the biggest category, so it's having a severely negative impact on your credit score. The next category is revolving debt ratio. Revolving accounts or credit card accounts. This is a huge category. This category, revolving debt ratio, is not concerned with if you're paying the accounts on time or not. That, of course, is in the payment history category. It's not so much concerned about if you have a credit card or not. That's in the mix of credit category, which is coming up shortly. This category is concerned with the difference between your credit card limits and the credit card balances, and that's called your utilization percentage. If your utilization percentage is too high, then that's going to hurt your credit score. If you can maintain a low utilization percentage, meaning that your credit card balances are low, then this will have a positive influence on your credit score. And notice that this is 30% of your credit score. So what the FICO scoring model is saying is that how you keep your credit card balances is almost just as important as if you pay the account on time or not. So our credit restoration program, which is strategically adding positive credit, is really going to be focused in this category, helping to establish revolving accounts and then managing those accounts to keep the balances low. This produces a significantly positive influence to the credit score. The next category is age of file. Age of file is concerned with how old your credit is. If your credit age is greater than 7 years, that tends to have a big positive impact on your score. If it's less than 7 years, that can be negative. And basically what this does is it adds up the age of all your accounts, and then it averages them out, and the older your credit is, the better. And the reason is because the older your credit is, number one, it shows that you have a longer credit history, but also there's more to evaluate. If you have a credit history that's 7 years or 10 years, then that's more for a creditor who's considering you for credit. That's more time that they can evaluate your payment history and how you've handled paying for your accounts. If your credit history is much shorter, then that's not a lot of time to see what kind of credit risk you are. The next category is mix of credit, and this category is concerned with, do you have different types of accounts open? There are many different types of open accounts you can have, and if you have a good mix, if you have a couple of different types of credit cards, if you have a couple of different types of installment accounts, for instance, then that shows that you are able to financially manage many different types of credit, and that will have a positive influence on your credit score. If, however, you only have one type of credit open or no credit open, then that's going to have a negative influence to your credit score. And probably one of the ones that most everyone knows about are inquiries. Anytime a company pulls your credit, when you apply for credit, it counts as an inquiry, and inquiries hurt your credit score. So our credit repair program is designed to get the negative information off. That alleviates the negative pressure in the payment history category, and then help our clients to strategically add positive credit and manage their existing credit, and that's going to impact almost all of the other categories in the FICO scoring model. Okay, at this point in our webinar, I want to talk about our ACT system. And ACT stands for Action, Collaboration, Training. And I just believe our system is the most comprehensive system available anywhere. And I've talked to thousands of people who have told me about credit repair programs that they have tried in the past. Through our research, we have become aware of many different ways that other companies attempt to repair and restore credit, and we believe that our system is the most effective. So how does this start? This starts with action. We take action on your behalf to dispute all the negative items on your credit report. We create custom dispute letters, and we mail those letters to the credit bureaus to challenge the negative items on your credit report. We will ultimately do this until all the negative items are gone or 12 rounds is up, whichever comes first. And you'll hear us talk about rounds a lot, and a round is basically a 30-day period that the credit bureaus have to do their investigation according to the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Now, we only dispute by letter, and we dispute by letter because it's the most effective way to challenge negative items on your credit report. There are companies that dispute online. There are people that have experience with disputing online. Online disputing is the least effective way of getting derogatory items off because it puts the whole process in a digital arena, which makes it much easier for the credit bureaus and the creditors to verify the items on your credit report. That's the reason why we only dispute by letter. It is the most time-consuming, the most expensive way of doing it, but we do it because it's the most effective. The main value proposition that we're bringing to our clients is we're able to get a new investigation every month. So as we begin our dispute process, we identify the derogatory items, we create custom challenges to those items, we mail those letters off to the credit bureaus. Some of the stuff is going to come off in the round, at the end of the round, but anything that is still negative on the credit report, we are able to get a new investigation immediately at the beginning of the next round, which is going to start in a few days. And so we're able to, through this challenge response system, we are able to dramatically reduce the amount of negative items on your credit report, and that, of course, is going to increase your credit score. Now, of course, what we're able to get negative removed from your credit report is not only closed items, but it's also items that have balances on them. It's derogatory information on open accounts. I mean, this process is effective at getting any type of negative information off of our clients' credit reports, which of course, referring back to the FICO scoring model, alleviates the negative pressure in the payment history category, causing your score to go up. And as I said, it doesn't matter if it's paid or unpaid, if it's open or closed, if there's a balance or not. We talk to many people, and some people think that if they pay something down to a zero balance, that it's going to come off your credit report. Or if there's a balance, it can't be removed from your credit report. It doesn't matter if there's a balance, if there's no balance, if the account is open or closed, if it's a public record like a judgment, a tax lien, or bankruptcy, we can still get those negative items removed from your credit report, because we are challenging the credit bureau's ability, in accordance with the Fair Credit Reporting Act, to continue to report that negative item on your credit report. That is the action that we take on your behalf to get the negative items off. Now let's talk about our collaboration or coaching. Now this is done primarily through our monthly meetings. We have meetings every month. Every month we are going to have a meeting where we're going to talk about our progress. Now the first thing we do is we do a forensic review of your credit report to determine strengths and weaknesses. Basically, we take your credit report, we lay it out on a table, we determine how your report is helping you in accordance with the FICO scoring model and how it's hurting you. And then we put together a strategy for adding and managing positive credit to boost your score. Now, once we put together this strategy, we assist you in adding the positive credit. And primarily that's done at our meetings. We give you advice on where to go, on when to go, on how to go to overcome deficiencies in your credit report by adding positive credit to boost your credit score. And the type of credit we help you add are major credit cards and department store cards and installment accounts. Remember the FICO scoring model. 30% of your credit score is a revolving debt ratio. You need to have some revolving accounts to have a 700 credit score or greater. 10% of your credit score is your mix of credit. You need to have different types of accounts to impact that category. So we are helping you to overcome those deficiencies in your credit report by assisting you in adding positive credit. And having that appropriate mix is critical to quickly raising your credit score. It's very important to not only cause a reduction in the overall amount of negative items on your credit report, but also to have open accounts that are positively reporting and that are fitting those categories of the FICO scoring model, and that's what we do. And of course, when we talk about adding positive account, we're talking about adding a certain amount of bills. So part of our strategy, in fact, the number one item on our strategy in helping our clients add positive credit is keeping the bills low. We want to add the minimum that is necessary to cause an increase in your credit score and to make sure that the impact to your monthly budget is as small as possible. In most cases, we can add all the positive credit necessary to get your credit score above 700 and cause an increase in your monthly budget of $70 or less, because we want you to be able to pay for those new accounts on time. And that's our collaboration and training. We are big believers in education. We train our clients to be able to maintain a high credit score once our program is over. Unlike many companies that perform certain actions, they keep those actions secret. They don't tell you what they're doing. They don't train you on how to maintain it. You perhaps might see a benefit, but you don't know where it came from or what to do to continue it. That's not going to be an issue in our program, because through our meetings, through all the things that we do, through all the interaction we have, you will become totally informed and totally knowledgeable about the things that we're doing to cause an increase to your credit score. And in addition to our meetings, man, we have a ton of information that we make available to our clients. you will receive what we call a client web portal, which we're going to go over later. It's a website that you are able to log into and not only get real-time updates and a real-time status on exactly where your program is, but there's a ton of information in this portal explaining various facets of credit reports and credit scoring. And that's in addition to our blogs, that's in addition to the seminars and the webinars that we hold for existing clients only. That's in addition to our emails and our websites and, man, all these different ways that we provide information. We also have videos and podcasts and all these different things that we do to provide information to our clients to keep them up to date on exactly not only what's going on in their program, but training them and removing this mystery that many people have about credit reports and how credit reports and credit scoring is done. And that's the training that we do. So this is our ACT system: action, collaboration, training. And I believe that through this system, we are covering all the bases to quickly raise your credit score and to keep you totally informed with how we're doing it and to make sure that you are completely trained to continue the good momentum that we achieve through our program. You can continue this and increase your credit score even more than what we get accomplished during the 12 rounds of our program. So what we're going to go over now is we're going to go over some before and after credit reports. This is one of my favorite parts of the initial consultations that we have in our office. We also do the initial consultations online as well. But it's my favorite part because this is what I feel like people are really interested in, which is the evidence of all the stuff that you're talking about, the evidence of success. People are interested primarily in increasing their credit scores. We talk about getting derogatory items off. We talk about strategically adding positive credit. But all of that is leading to an end result. And the end result for us is a credit score that is 700 or greater. So what you're going to see is 10 different examples of how effective our program is in increasing our clients' credit scores. Now, what you're going to see on the left here is you're going to see the before, and on the right you're going to see the after. But it's really not an after because these credit reports are not taken after our program's over. They're taken during our program. Our program lasts for 12 rounds, and because one of our rounds is about 40 days, our program lasts about 14 months. So you're going to see examples of 2 months, 4 months in our programs, of 6 months in our program, 8 months in our program. But the primary objective is to show how quickly we can cause a rapid and dramatic increase in our clients' credit scores. So you can see the credit report on the left. Now we've got a lot of the information for this client blacked out, but you can still see the name and the date. We always pull a credit report when a client first comes into our program using a credit monitoring service. So this credit report was pulled on the 29th of April. And on the 29th of April for this client, they had an experience score of 588, a Equifax score of 578, and a TransUnion score of 592. So basically their three scores are in the upper 500s. This particular client was interested in purchasing a house. To purchase a house using an FHA loan, you need a 640 middle score. To get a conventional loan, you need a 720 middle score. In either case, their scores, I should say her scores, are far below what's necessary to move forward, which of course is the reason why she came to us. Well, this credit report was pulled in August, and in August, we have a 712 experience score, so that's an increase of about 140 points. That is a tremendous positive increase in a short period of time. Equifax score, which was 578, is now 672. That's an increase of about 100 points. Still excellent in a 4-month period. And the TransUnion score, which was 592, is now 716. So our stated goal is to get our clients' credit scores at or I should say near, at, or above 700 during the 12 rounds of our program, and we've achieved that for 2 of the credit bureaus within 4 months. Tremendous results, allowing this client to move forward after 4 months with their objective, excellent objective, to purchase a home. All right, so let's take a look at another example. On the left is a client. This report was pulled in December 2012. Experian 588 score, Equifax 600 score, TransUnion 592. Now, this is a period of, let's see here, this is a period of between December and what looks to be September. So this is about a 9-month period that this client has been in our program. And so let's take a look at what we were able to do during that 9 months. And I'm going to blow this up a little bit so you can see it. Wow, that is tremendous. So Experian, which was 588, went to 681. That's an increase of almost 100 points. TransUnion, which was 592, is now 768. I can't even calculate. I mean, I think that's about, what, 170 point increase in a 9-month period. And, oops, skip one. And the Equifax, which was 600, is now 768. This client has a middle score of 768. And if they're trying to purchase a house, this score is good enough to get a conventional loan. A conventional loan is necessary if you want to do a second home or an investment property. The bottom line here is that we have completely transformed inside of a year this person's credit, and this is a tremendous job. Okay, let's quickly move forward. Here's another client up on the screen. Now, of course, we're not showing all the pages of the credit report. I mean, these are full credit reports. As you can see on the left, this was a 39-page credit report, and it would take too long to go through the whole credit report. So we're just showing the pages with the credit scores. And of course, with this one, there's going to be no drama because you can see the after right up on your screen. The after's on the right. So let's see where we started. We started in October, and this after is in January. So we're looking at about a 3-month period. Where did they start to get scores? 1 score above 700 and 2 scores very close to 700 in 3 months. Well, it looks like with Equifax we started at 581, another 100-point increase. Experian 647, about a 30-point increase, and TransUnion 583. So we're looking at about a 120-point increase or so. Once again, this client's credit score has been transformed. And I'm sure there are people that are watching this webinar thinking, well, how can you get scores to go up this fast? And is this something that can happen for me? You might be thinking, you know what, Tim, I think it's great that you're showing me clients whose credit scores have gone up, but can this happen for me? I want to tell you, we can get anyone's credit score up. Anyone can see a significant increase in their credit score. But we need to do 4 things to see an increase in our client's credit score. Number 1, get negative items off the credit report. We do that through our credit repair process, through the systematic disputing of derogatory items. Number 2, strategically add positive credit and manage existing credit. We do this through our monthly meetings, through the coaching that we provide to our clients through our monthly meetings. Those are the 2 things that we do. Number 3, no late payments on open accounts. Late payments on open accounts will kill your credit score every time. And number 4, keep revolving account balances low. Revolving debt ratio is 30% of the credit score. That is huge. And this category only deals with credit card balances. Keeping your credit card balances low is critical, absolutely critical to having a high credit score. So we can absolutely help anyone. I don't care what your credit is currently. If we do those 4 things, get negative items off, we're hugely effective at doing that. Add positive credit, we will coach you to do that. We already know the places to go, the banks, the vendors, the creditors that will approve you to add new credit. Number 3, no late payments. And number 4, keep your credit card balances low. And if we do that, then everyone can achieve success in this program. Okay, so brought up another set of credit reports, and you can see for yourself what we were able to do. One of the things I want to point out is this credit report on the right was pulled by the mortgage company. This person came to our program trying to purchase a home. Probably about 75% of the people that come into our program are looking to purchase a home. And you can see that this person came into our program in December with scores that were just a shade short of being able to qualify for an FHA loan. We get a lot of referrals from mortgage companies and real estate agents who refer their clients to us that are trying to purchase a home. And you can see that about 6 months later, we were able to get them in a position to move forward with their home purchase. So come to us with 610, 614, 593, looking to purchase a home. And then this is a report pulled by the mortgage company, 645, 685, 671. Now their middle score is 671. And as far as their credit is concerned, they are qualified and ready to move forward with their home purchase. Of course, this is not where we're stopping. We are going to continue. This is 6 months, roughly 6 months into our program. We have still another 6 months to go to get these scores even higher. But the short-term goal in this case has been accomplished, which is to increase the credit score so they have a middle score of 640. And you will notice on the previous example, they were trying to purchase a home. They had scores in the mid-sixes. 6 months later, their credit scores are in the mid to upper sixes, allowing them to move forward with a home purchase. Well, we have another client that's displayed on the screen. She was also trying to purchase a home. And let's see where her score started. We can see where they ended. Between December and March, we did some work. Let's see what that work was. 501 Experian. Boy, that's pretty low. 515 Equifax, 501 TransUnion. This client walked in the door with two scores at 501, one score with 515. That means they had a middle score of 501, still trying to purchase a home. The mortgage company 3 months later, pulled their credit report, and we had increased this client's score 150 to 190 points, allowing someone with scores in the low 500s to move forward with a home purchase 3 months later. Anyone whose credit score is this low has significant challenges on their credit report. Through our process, we were able to overcome those challenges and allow this client to move forward with her home purchase in a matter of months. That is tremendous. So there might be people on this on the webinar thinking, well, you know what, my scores are not in the 500s. Do I really need this program? I have pretty decent scores. Well, let's take a look at someone that had some pretty decent scores and see what we can do. So this client had an Experian score of 636, a Equifax score of 645, and a TransUnion score of 645. Pretty decent scores. I mean, still, the credit bureaus would characterize even these scores as fair. So even though these scores are not in the 500s, they're still fair scores. Well, let's see what we were able to accomplish. And this is a period between the end of July, roughly the end of July, and the beginning of September. So not that long at all. So let's see what we were able to do. Wow. In less than 2 months, we were able to increase his client's credit score from 636 to 786. That is huge. Equifax, 645 to 714. That is huge. That's another outstanding increase in less than 2 months. And their TransUnion score, 645 to 795. After 2 months, we are approaching 800 credit scores with a client that already had pretty decent scores. So we have taken this client from fair to good on Equifax. And the reason I'm on the wrong one. We're taking this client from fair to excellent on Experian. And this is important because companies that offer credit will have their programs and their interest rates divided up among these categories. So an increase in a credit score that's considered fair to a credit score that's considered excellent means that this client will save potentially thousands of dollars on a mortgage, on purchasing a car, on interest rates on credit cards, on all those different types of things. So this is an illustration of, if your credit scores are not already 700, then we can rapidly and dramatically, this is a dramatic increase in the credit score, we can rapidly and dramatically increase your credit score no matter where it is. Okay, so just have a few more to go. I hope you're enjoying this as much as I am. I just love seeing these results, and I can tell you these clients are so happy to see the progress that we're making. So we have credit scores on the left that were pulled in February. 647 Experian, 641 Equifax, 595 TransUnion, and where are we? Roughly 8 months later, we're at a 727 Experian. There's a big difference between a 640 score and a 720 score. We're at 641 Equifax. We were at 641 Equifax. We're at 693 Equifax, and we're at 714 TransUnion, up from 595 TransUnion. So once again, outstanding results. Okay, so let's take a look at another one. This is a credit report pulled in June, and so this is the period between June and September, about 3 months. So where were we when we got started? We were at 599 Experian. We were at 588 Equifax, and we were at, where's TransUnion? We were at 588 Equifax and 627 TransUnion. So you can see the increases after 3 months. Now, it's easy to imagine that within the next 8 rounds that we're going to get these scores well above 700. Okay, so the example up on the screen is a period between roughly the end of August, which we'll just call that November, between November and April. That's about 7 months. So you can see the increases on the right, and on the right. And I can tell you, this lady was interested in purchasing a home. So when she came to us with 540 score Equifax, 533 Experian, and a TransUnion score of 531, within about 6 months, we're able to get her in a position to move forward with an FHA home loan, as well as very close to having a 720 middle score and being able to move forward with a conventional mortgage as well. And this is the last one that we are going to show. This is a period between October and April, so that's about 6 months. And once again, what we're seeing here is someone that whose credit scores are not that bad compared to someone that has scores in the 500s, but we've been able to get 2 of the scores above 720, and 1 score is still at 693. So at the time that this was taken, we were about 6 months in to our program with 6 months to go, and I know that we increased this client's scores even more. So these were some examples of how effective our program is with increasing our clients' credit scores. And I'm going to tell you, no matter where your score is now, no matter what your situation is, 400s, 500s, 600s, it doesn't matter. We can cause a rapid and dramatic increase in your score. All right, so we're moving right along here. I want to go over very quickly what we call our Client Web Portal. And our Client Web Portal is an online resource that allows our clients to log in 24/7 from their smartphone, PC, or laptop, Macintosh computer, basically anything that can get to the internet. It allows you to log in and get real-time results of what's going on with your program. So to get to your portal, the first thing you do is come to our website, which is maxscorecredit.com, and then you will click on Client Login. You will be brought to a page where you will put in your username and your password. You will get your own username and your own password. If you sign up with a couple, if you're a married couple, you will each have your own Client Web Portal with your own information in it, okay? And then once you sign in, where you're going to be brought to is you're going to be brought to a screen that looks like this. Now, I've just pulled up the Client Web Portal of one of our clients so I can demonstrate the information that you'll be able to find in here. So on the first page, or the top tab, which is summary, you're going to see a lot of summary information. On this first pie chart, you're going to see percentages. You'll be able to see the percentage that's deleted, the percentage that is remaining, the percentage that is repaired. So you can see in this particular client's case, we got 94% of the negative items deleted. You can also drop this down and see this information per credit bureau as well. Or you can see all three credit bureaus all at once. This bar chart to the right is going to show you the actual numbers. So in this particular client's case, we got 104 items deleted, 2 items repaired, and there are 5 items remaining. So out of 100 and what's that? 100 and I guess that'd be 112 items, 111 items. We have 106 of them that have been deleted and repaired from his credit report. This section under credit report summary is going to show you some other important information. This, where it says letters due in, will always tell you the number of days remaining in your current round. You have heard us and will continue to hear us refer to rounds. A round is basically a 33-day period that we give the credit bureaus to do their investigations. And so this is going to count down the number of days remaining in your round, so you'll know when we need to have another meeting, because we have our meetings, our end of round meetings at the end of each round. Now this is going to show you per credit bureau the total number of negative items and what's been repaired and deleted, the percentages, and the amounts that are remaining and in dispute. So you can see in his case we had 34 derogatory items in Equifax, 32 were deleted and repaired. We got 94% removal of negative information for Equifax, 97% removal for Experian, and 95% removal for TransUnion. Excellent results. You also see your credit coordinator and your client advisor. These are just 2 individuals that work together on your case throughout your program. These are the only 2 people that you will talk to about your credit. And then moving forward, if you click on the status page, the status page is going to begin to break down this information. So now we're seeing all the negative accounts and the current status that we are working on in your case. So there will be a list here of all the derogatory counts. You will see this information divided up between the 3 credit bureaus, and then this will say one of 3 things: deleted, repaired, or in dispute. If it's deleted, it's gone from your credit report. If it says repaired, that means that we have removed the derogatory information. And if it says in dispute, that means it's still negative and we're still working to get it cleaned up off your credit report. You can drop this down and see a dispute history, which is going to show you a month by month, item by item, bureau by bureau accounting of everything that we are doing. You'll be able to see everything that we're doing, even drilled down to individual items on the individual credit bureaus. That's a lot of accountability for us. And it's a way that you can keep track, to whatever extent that you want to keep track of what is going on. On attachments, you can download your credit report. Anytime you want, you can download your credit report. We're going to update your credit report each month. And on notes, you will be able to see your credit scores, because we put your credit scores in here each month, as well as see communications that are exchanged inside the office, and also add a note that we will see and we will respond to. So that's what this note section is for, and there are educational reports and information in here that we are always updating, and resources. Okay, so this is your tool to be kept up to date with what is going on with your credit repair and restoration program, seeing the individual items, seeing summary information, seeing your credit report, being able to download it, seeing your credit score. This has a ton of critical information. I want to show you some examples of letters that you will be receiving back from the 3 credit bureaus. Part of our credit repair program is disputing the negative items on your credit report systematically until they're all gone or 12 rounds is up. You will receive letters coming back from the 3 credit bureaus every month. These letters will tell you some of the results of our efforts to get the derogatory items off. What I have pulled up here is a letter that one of our clients got back from TransUnion. And so you can see it's from TransUnion, and I marked out some of the information to protect his identity. Now with this particular client, you can see that we got a judgment, a couple tax liens. These are a couple of charge-offs and a collection deleted from his credit report. So you will see the results coming in your mail, because when we do our dispute letters, we do them as you. They're in first person. So when the credit bureaus respond, they are going to respond to you. And here is another example, just to show you a couple. I'm not going to show you too many examples of these, because frankly, we don't ask our clients to send these in to us any longer, because we use the credit report itself to determine what's been deleted and repaired from your credit report. So these are just some ones that we have on file from the past, but you will be getting these in the mail. And so you can see this client, once again, a judgment deleted, some collections, some charge-offs deleted. Also, I want to point out one thing. When this says new information below on some of these accounts, in some cases what this means is that something has changed. Let's say, for instance, if we're disputing late payments on a car loan, right? It's not going to say deleted. If we get the late payments removed, then what it's going to say on these letters coming back from the credit bureaus is it will say new information below. Of course, verified, no change, self-explanatory. Now, anything that we do not get deleted, we don't get everything deleted typically in one round. Anything that we do not get deleted or repaired that's still negative on your credit report, we're going to dispute it again. And that is the real value of our program, that we can get a new investigation over and over and over again until these items are removed from your credit report. And finally, I'm just going to show one more. This is another client. And you can see that we disputed all these items. Now, all these three letters that I've just displayed are all first round letters. Okay, so in the first round for this particular client, we were able to get 7 items deleted from her credit report. Some of these are repaired accounts as well, and then one account was verified, no change. We have become very, very effective at getting negative items off of our clients' credit reports. And also, the reason I'm displaying TransUnion the last 3 times is because TransUnion fits in the window very well. But you will get these letters from Experian, you will get these letters from Equifax, and you will get these letters from TransUnion as well. So these are going to come from all 3 credit bureaus. I want to thank you for waiting this long to find out how much this program cost. I'm a big believer in establishing the value of things before we start talking about the cost. There's an old saying that goes that cost is only important in the absence of value. And basically what that means is that if something's not valuable to you, then you're not going to be willing to pay anything for it. But ultimately, if we believe, we being consumers, that the value exceeds the cost, then we'll consider it's a good deal. So my objective over the last hour or so has been to establish the value of what we do, how effective our program is, and the results that you can expect to achieve as a result of being a part of our program. So up on the screen is displayed how much the program that I've just been describing, how much it cost. We have single rates and couple rates. The single rates start with the $299 setup, and then 4 payments of $129, and that's $815. Now this can be paid over 5 months. The setup is 1 month, and then the 4 payments would be the remaining 4 months, and so that would be 5 months. We give a discount to couples. A couple doesn't have to be a married couple. It can be any relative, any person that's close to you that you want to bring into the program. So we give a $400 discount to couples. And that means that our program, which lasts for 12 rounds, can cost roughly $600 per person. And even if you're looking at months, and our program will last about 14 months, but even if you're looking at 12 months, $600 a person comes out to $50 per month. And that is extremely low for everything that we do, for our monthly meetings, for our disputing every single derogatory item on your credit report up to 12 times. There are other companies, large companies, that force you to choose 5 or 6 items per bureau that they'll dispute. There are other companies that will dispute 1 bureau per month, or all the 3 bureaus every 90 days. There's many different variations. I've heard of companies that will prepare the dispute letters and send them to you so you can mail out. There's companies that dispute online, and online disputing is the worst way to dispute derogatory items on your credit report. So for our 12-round program, I believe our costs are extremely low. And just let me tell you, to get started with our program today, you do not have to pay anything to get started. As long as we can schedule a payment within the next 2 weeks, then we will get started with your program today. Now, when I'm talking about getting started, here's what I mean. Our program starts with the setup process. Now, I'm not going to go through all of the items on here, but the setup process is going to include a forensic review of your credit report. A forensic review is where we take a detailed look at everything on your credit report, comparing it to the FICO scoring model, identifying strengths and weaknesses, and putting together our strategic plan as to how we're going to cause a rapid and dramatic increase to your credit score. We're also going to do a document that will correct or remove any erroneous or outdated information in the technical data portion of your credit report. We're going to create your portal. Your portal is where you're able to log in that we just went over, so you can keep track of what's going on. We're going to enter all the information from your credit report onto the portal. We're also going to process an opt-out, which tells the credit bureau they cannot sell or offer your information to third parties. This is how collection companies get your information to call you. And finally, we're going to add all your numbers to the do not call list. This is what we do during the first 5 days after you sign up. Starting a week from when you have signed up, we will have created a strategic plan to help you meet your goals. We will prepare the dispute letters and mail those letters to the credit bureaus, creditors, or collection agencies. The other thing is that we not only dispute with the credit bureau, but we will dispute directly with the creditors, the collection agencies, courts, as necessary. Then we're going to update the client portal so you can see what we're doing, and every month we're having a meeting. Every month you're meeting one-on-one, face-to-face, or online, or over the phone, your choice, with your credit advisor. Now, there are some other things on here like goodwill and debt validation letters and creditor conference calls, and we can do a budget. That's primarily the sequence that our rounds will go in. And of course, we have our meetings at the end of the round. And then our program lasts for 12 months or 12 rounds. But after you're done paying the cost, there's no charge. So there's going to be a significant portion of our program where you are not going to have a monthly payment that you're paying us, because your program will be paid in full. So I believe our costs are low. You can get started today without having to pay anything. We can schedule the payment for at a convenient time in the future. And also, one other thing that we can do is you can divide this setup fee in half. So for a single person to get started in our program, you could get started with as little as $149.50. So that would be, which is half of $299. So that would be $149.50 to get started in 1 month, $149.50 in the next month, and then the 4 payments of $129. So that takes this 5-month payment plan that's displayed here on the screen and turns it into a 6-month plan. And couples can do the same thing. Instead of $459 getting started, $229.50 in 1 month, which is half of $459, $229.50 in the next month, and then 4 payments of $189. It's going to equal the same amount. The only difference is that you're dividing the setup fee into 2 payments as opposed to making it in 1 payment. It's your choice. Okay, we are moving right along. I just want to go over some questions that have been asked throughout the webinar, and then we're going to get to the conclusion here very shortly. First question is, what kind of positive credit do you help add? We help add revolving accounts, installment accounts, authorized user accounts. We have a program for rent reporting. We also have vendors that work exclusively with us to help add lines of credit. Now, these are real accounts that are added to, that we help you to add to your profile. And what we're doing is fitting, we are dealing with gaps on the credit report. You want to have a good mix of credit, and you want to have the appropriate credit. So we do a forensic review of your credit report, identify where the weaknesses are, and then we help you to plug those weaknesses in the type or amount of open accounts you have by helping you to strategically add positive credit. So we can help at all types of derogatory accounts. Next question is, do we have to come into the office to have a meeting? Well, there are 2 types of meetings that we'd be having: the initial consultation and the other type is the end of round meeting. And in both cases, no, you do not have to come into our office. We have clients all over the country. And so we use a service called GoToMeeting, which allows us to connect on the computer, and we can share information on the computer screen. So we can have a very interactive meeting that's both audio and visual. So you do not have to come in to the office for neither the initial consultation nor the end of round meetings after you become a client. Next question, how long will it take to see progress? Our clients see progress immediately. From the very beginning, within 3 to 6 days from the day that you sign up, we will identify all the derogatory items on your credit report. We'll create a strategic plan to help you get them off. We'll prepare custom dispute letters that we will then mail to the credit bureaus. They have 30 days to complete an investigation. After that, we will see derogatory items deleted and repaired from your credit report, as well as an increase to your credit score. So you will see progress in the very beginning from one of two ways: either getting negative items off, reducing the amount of derogatory items on your credit report, and or an increase to your credit score that will come as a result of the negative items coming off. So our clients see progress from the very beginning. Next question. I want to add a person to sign up with me. Do I need their info now? It's a good thing to take advantage of the discount that we give to couples. You do not have to know who the second person is right now. You have 30 days from the time that you sign up to add the person to the program, and you will be able to take advantage of the significant discount that we give to couples. So you do not have to have their information now, and you don't even have to have them identified now. And you have 30 days that you can identify the person and get us their information, and they can have time to schedule an appointment with us. So you have plenty of time to get that accomplished. Can I speak directly with someone before signing up? Yes, you can. Here shortly, you will be given the opportunity to sign up right here online, and within 24 hours, probably within a couple of hours, someone from our office will call you and discuss with you our program, answer any additional questions that you have, pull your credit report and go over your credit report with you so that we can determine what your objectives are. And even if you don't want to sign up online and you want to talk to someone before you sign up, here shortly you will also be able to schedule a phone call from us using an online form, or our number will be on the screen and you can call us directly and speak with someone before signing up. All right, next question. Do items come back? This is a fairly common question. The items do not come back. Now, what I did not say was that the items cannot come back. Okay, that's different. There's nothing in the law that says an item cannot come back, but the fact is they do not come back. One reason that they don't come back is because it is the credit bureaus that remove them from your credit report to begin with. And the only way the credit bureau removes something from your credit report is if it is in violation of the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Our dispute process is designed to challenge the items on your credit report, and the law that we are challenging the items with is the Fair Credit Reporting Act. So as a result of our challenges or our disputes, negative items will be removed from your credit report, and they are removed by the credit bureaus, and the credit bureaus are only removing them because in some way they are in violation of the Fair Credit Reporting Act. So the items will not come back unless you do something or something happens that causes the account to be re-reported to the credit bureaus. And those types of events are extremely rare. And if that does happen, then we will repeat the process to get the negative item off your credit report again. All right, next question. Is this legal? I heard it's illegal to get real accurate accounts off of your credit report. Well, I just want to refer back to what I just said. It's the credit bureaus that remove the derogatory items from the credit report as a result of the dispute letters that we send to them, challenging the information, forcing the individual creditor, courts, and collection agencies to prove that they are doing everything in conformance with the Fair Credit Reporting Act. And if that does not happen, the credit bureaus will remove the negative items from your credit report. So it is absolutely not illegal in any way or unethical or immoral for the credit bureaus to remove information from their own reports because the creditors, collection agencies, or courts do not comply with the law. So it is not illegal, absolutely not. All right, next question. What kind of guarantee do I have? Well, you have just about the best guarantee there is. We offer a full money back guarantee if you're not happy with our program. Okay. Am I obligated to make all the payments? You are not obligated to make all the payments. Our contract is not like a health club contract where you sign up for a specific time and you have to complete that contract. And if you don't, there are penalties and so forth. You can stop our program anytime you want. If you come into our program with short-term goals and those goals are achieved within a month or two, then excellent. And if you determine that you don't want to continue with our program, then you can stop your program anytime you want. I can tell you that rarely happens. People are so excited about the progress that they're making with cleaning up their credit reports and increasing their credit score that they want it to just get better and better and better. And our program of getting the negative items off, adding positive credit, and then managing that credit through our monthly meetings means that throughout the length of our program, your credit score and your credit report will continue to get cleaned up and your credit score will get higher. All right, just a couple more questions. can you help someone with a bankruptcy? Absolutely, we can help someone with a bankruptcy. Anytime a person declares a Chapter 7 or Chapter 13 bankruptcy, what's supposed to happen is that on any of the accounts that were included in the bankruptcy, all negative information is supposed to be removed. All negative comments, all previous late payments, all previous past due balances. The account is basically supposed to be neutralized, and the only notation on the account as it's reported on the credit report is that this account was included in Chapter 7 BK, or in the case of a Chapter 13, it'll say something like this account was included in Chapter 13 payment plan, or something like that. So the first thing that we do is to make sure all those accounts are neutralized so that all of the previous derogatory items are off. Then we can potentially get those negative accounts off once they are neutralized. And in some cases, we can even get the bankruptcy removed from the public records section of the credit report. But one thing that's critically important when you have a bankruptcy is to reestablish credit. It does not have to be a credit killer for years if you have a bankruptcy. But the important thing is to reestablish credit. And that fits right in with our credit restoration program, where we help those people with bankruptcies to reestablish credit, and then we help them manage that credit each month so that it increases their credit score. And it's the ideal kind of counseling for someone that has had a BK. So if you have had a BK, I strenuously encourage you to enroll in a program like ours, and we will clean up your credit report from all the residue, for as much of the residue as we can clean up from the BK, and then help you to reestablish credit. And then just one more, where can I sign up? You will be provided here shortly, within seconds, with a link where you can sign up right online. I encourage you to do that. You can give us the information that we need. We have 128-bit encryption, so it's safe, and we can get the process started. Someone will call you to have a discussion with you about your objectives, to answer any questions you have. So you will be able to get signed up right online. But also, if you do have some questions, you want to talk about your unique situation, then you can also schedule a phone call where we will call you at a convenient time when you're going to be available, or our number is going to be on the screen, and so you will be able to call us and we can answer any questions that you have. If anything's unclear, we can talk about your unique situation and make you feel comfortable that this is the right decision for you. I want to thank everybody for participating in this webinar. I think we've gone through a lot of great information. You should feel very confident at this point that you understand what our program is. You understand the reason why we have configured our program the way we have with our ACT system, and our focus on not only removing negative items from your credit report, but also helping you to establish positive credit. So at this point, I want to encourage you to get started. To get started, you just have to click on the icon, and it's a hyperlink that will take you to a form that you can complete. And it will provide us with all the information that we need to get started on your credit repair and restoration program. Remember that you don't have to pay today, as long as we can schedule a payment within the next 2 weeks, and we'll get started today. Even if you have to schedule a payment outside of 2 weeks, we can still get the initial setup work done, so that the date of your payment will be ready to mail your dispute letters, and that begins the process of removing the negative information from your credit report. And then, of course, after 33 days after we mail the letters to the credit bureaus, then we will have our first meeting where we will discuss adding positive credit to your profile. However, if you do want some more information about our program, then you can always call our office and schedule an initial consultation with us, which is, of course, free. So our number is on the screen, or if you click on the link below where it says schedule your free initial consultation, then you'll be taken to a form where you can schedule a call back from us at a time that's convenient for you. But once again, I want to thank you, and also just let me tell you about some of the other places where you can find information about us. We are on Facebook. There's a lot of great information on our Facebook site at www.facebook.com/MaxScoreCredit. There are video testimonials on there. There are audio testimonials on there. We research the web to find information to put on our Facebook page. And so I encourage you to go there. You can also follow us on Twitter. We have a tweet every day, not only about our credit repair service, but also about our business credit and funding program. So you can follow us on Twitter, and you can get a nice short tweet every day from us. You can also watch us on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel that has a lot of great videos on it about different parts of our program. And you can link to us on LinkedIn as well, and kind of become a part of our professional network. And then finally, we have a blog page at maxscorecredit.info, and that just has a ton of information. There are great articles on there that you can read. We put videos on there. Our blog page is just a wealth of information, and so I encourage you to go there. So if you would like to go to any of those sites and get some more information about our company, then you can click on the icon at the bottom of the screen, and it will take you right to those pages. So once again, thank you very much for taking the time to view this webinar, and we hope to have you as clients and to be working with you soon and helping you to repair and restore your credit. Thank you.